Good evening, everyone. Hope you all are doing great. I know I've had a wonderful week here. See, we got some likes already showing up, some people already coming in. Hopefully, you all are doing well in the live chat. Uh, Maria, it's midnight here and finally caught you live. Hey, mugs up to you, Maria. Glad you could catch us live. It is really hard to do a live stream at a time when all my viewers are available because you guys are all over the place. And my hat feels crooked today. I don't know if it's me or what, but there we go. I think I may have bumped the camera. I don't think my camera's as straight as I normally have it. That's okay. We'll get through there. Jade, good to see you. Karma as well. Maria, welcome. Pop Smoking Heathen. Hey, glad you could make it. Um, Jedi, good to see you. All right, yeah, we definitely showing up. If you are here, be sure you give us a thumbs up. The YouTube algorithm loves that like button, so make sure you show the stream some love. It's a great and easy way to support the channel. Also, as we get into this, questions start flying through. If I'm missing your question or whatnot, or you have an important question you want me to get, we do have super chats. It flashes it up really big on the screen, makes me see it. Or if you just want to donate and support the channel, you can also give us a super chat there. And as always, a super chat of $5 or more includes you in the weekly prosperity and well-being spell work that we will be doing, whether you have a question or not. So there you go. All right. I'm supposed to remind everybody that in December, on December 2nd, which is a Friday, Jade will be hosting a arts and crafts spellcrafting workshop over at the school. So hop over to workingdragonmystic.com, check out the live workshops and the classes and video courses that we do have available. She will be hosting that. So if you are interested, get on over there and sign up. Seats are limited. We've already had a few people signing up, which is nice. See the Christmas deck? Yep. Went ahead and threw this up. I'm having to film some holiday videos and everything, and I kind of like it. I don't get to use this much, and I thought about it, and it's like if I wait until after Turkey Day, it's like we might see it a little bit. But so I'm going to try and weave in some of the winter and holiday backgrounds that I have, just because I want to use them. You know what I mean? So there is that. Also, we do have a gilded community. You can find that link in the about section of the channel as well. Jade will probably link it over here because she already linked the workshop too. Great community of people, absolutely wonderful. They're great at helping each other answer questions, sharing their journey and their path. So if you are interested in that, consider joining the gilded community, which brings me to option 2 or point 2 or dash 2 or whatever, it's the next in the list. Next in the list, I have had a lot of people asking me and emailing me if this year around New Year's, will we be doing another 6-month challenge or longer? Yes, we will. How we're going to set it up and everything, I am actually going to be talking with the admin about that specifically because this year I'm going to need their help a little bit more than I did last year. But yes, everyone enjoyed that so much, and we had so many amazing growth stories and shared experience. Yeah, we have to do that. I think that's going to become a tradition here at Working Dragon Mystic. So for those of you who have been asking, we are doing it. So stay tuned to the channel for details on that. Because, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Will it be 6, 9 months? We'll see. That needs to be discussed. The 6 did well. I don't want to go past 9. I'll admit that. I think we need a break to wind down. But I'll consider the 9 months. Okay. So there we go. All right. Let's see if we got some questions in here. Hello. Got that one. Hey, Caleb, good to see you. GG, good to see you. So you're excited for yeah, me too. I'm hoping I can make the workshop, Maria. I was excited about the 6-month challenge. Cool. All right. We are adding new merch to the merch store. If you haven't checked that out in a while, go check it out. We just recently added some aprons for cooking and or barbecue if you like me and you like barbecue. Or you can use them in your arts and crafts to keep stuff from getting on your coats or your clothes. Because if you're like me and you're doing arts and crafts, you end up doing a lot of laundry afterwards. I don't know why. I'm just messy. It's just me, I guess. I don't know. So there you go. All right, let's get into this. First question here we got is from I think it's Pia or Pia. Have I ever felt discouraged on my spiritual path? Oh yeah, all the time, lots of times. I think that's a pretty normal thing. Practically everyone I have spoken to has had to deal with this. And even now in my journey, though I'm not really religious or spiritual per se, but in my practice, um, I mean, it's still the same battle is one of the things me and many of my colleagues have noticed. You just hit this downer where, I don't know, it may be for no reason at all. You hit a funk, you start questioning yourself. Am I crazy? Is this even working? What is it? And that's one reason I love having my journals because I can look back and see the successes. I can see the changes. I can see the improvements. I can see my mistakes. I can see where Magick has helped me from my own stupidity. Um, and that really does help me a lot because if it wasn't for that, I might spiral, and give up. You never know. So I do like having the data. The data is one of those things that kind of lifts me up and keeps me encouraged, especially as a very solo practitioner. A lot of people's like, well, you got your colleagues, you got your coven, you have your magic order, you have all these things. Well, that's great if you're in an order or a group or some of that shtick. But if you're a solo practitioner, you got your journals, and well, you. So you kind of got to motivate yourself. But solo practitioners, that's another reason I love the gilded community is we're there to support each other, even as solo practitioners. You know, we're not a coven or a circle, but it is a community of people to talk to and can help encourage you. But yeah, I've definitely been there a lot of times for sure. And it's really, I see this in all aspects of life, at least for me. I mean, even work. Like, I love what I do. I really do. But at the same time, I will find myself in a funk where it's like, what the crap am I doing? What is a redneck like me doing as a YouTube influencer? I don't belong on the YouTube. Um, and even with as well as the channels do it, it's just like, what? You're an idiot. Um, and I have to step back, collect, think, and I see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not the big blowing up channel, but I'm doing good. And I also see the people I'm helping. Am I everyone's cup of tea, coffee, or whiskey? No. But for those people who are looking for something a little different, they'll find me. And I've been able to help a lot of people by doing what I do. So there you go. Maria, I got a question. Let me pop smoking. Let me get Maria's question because I started reading it before that popped up. I will get it, by the way. Thank you for the super chat, mate. I'm not actually able to do magic as I can't even sense my energy, so I can't control it. Only thing I can is feel between my palms, but I can't move it or it goes poof. Maria, you can still do magic. Okay. So did that video already come out or is it coming out? We have a video talking about think, feel, manifest. Think, feel, manifest. Now, here's the thing. When we say feel energy, feel whatever, I know I love that name. Every time I see it in the comments, it's just like, yeah. But you don't have to feel it like, this is hot coffee. I can feel that's hot. In fact, eventually this is going to be a bad idea. I can feel that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is somebody smacked a puppy. I feel sad. You want to feel it on an emotional level. If you feel those emotions, if you feel the emotion, you can use that emotional alchemy to transmute one emotion to another and push that toward your work. And all I mean by push it is you want to see it in the world. You want to see it externally of you. You don't have to touch it, feel it, push it, pull it, bop it, twist it. You know how to do that. Anybody knows what a bop it is? I'm showing my age. That's all you need to do, Maria. Go check out that video. It should be Think, Feel, Manifest. See, according to what I'm seeing here, yeah, it's called Clearing Up Visualization. That's actually the video where I talk about it, and it just came out Tuesday, so you should be able to go check that out a little bit. All right, pipe smoking. Hey, pipe smoking heathen. Mugs up to you again, and thank you for being patient, mate. How did you know that dragon magic was the path for you? Well, technically speaking, I didn't even know dragon magic was actually a thing. And I was working at one of the UPS International Freight facilities, which is on a secured airport area. And I was on break. I'd already been studying, Wicca and some stuff for a little bit of time, and really didn't know which direction I was going to go. And I bumped into an individual. They said they were from Mod C. And just so you know, the freight facilities broke up into different mods where they process the different things coming in and out, just so that makes sense. And I'm sitting there outside the break room, standing there talking to them with people going around them. And they're telling me apparently there's dragons around me and I should look into dragon magic. I was like, what the flip is that? Sounds a little corny. I tried to stay away from anything with the word dragon or wizard or any of the, something sounds like it came out of a fantasy book. And that's when they told me about the books by DJ Conway. Again, an author at this point in time in my life I've never heard of. So I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. Thanks, appreciate it. And I went on back to my work. And in my area was a guy who he and his wife had been practicing Wicca for considerably longer. And I decided I'd pick his brain on it. He did know the author. He didn't know the books, but he knew the author. And he respected the author for some of her other books that she had done that he had read. And he's like, who told you about this? And I explained it to him. He's like, well, you know what? My wife works down on Mod C. Let's go talk to this guy. I'm kind of curious. We went to Mod C. We couldn't find him. We talked to his wife. She don't know him. We talked to the manager. She didn't know him. Unfortunately, at this point, now we have an issue because there's a guy in the building that's supposed to be someplace and no one knows who they are. And it's a secured area. So now we have to go talk to security. Yay. Look what I did. I caused a problem. Security actually pulled the video so we could ID the guy. On the video, you can see me there. You can see me talking. You can see everyone avoiding me and this spot. They're avoiding this spot. You can see people walking around it. Security even interviews the people. They agree. There was somebody there I was talking to. That person is not on the camera anywhere. I'm a very stubborn person. I am. I'm a stubborn person. I want information. I want data. I want proof. You got to get my attention. You can't just say this happened and expect me to believe it. That video got my attention. And I went that weekend and looked and found the books and started reading. That's literally how I got started. All the video courses are video courses. You can take notes, but they don't have they don't have text printout stuff. There's a few sigils and stuff that can be printed out, but the text isn't. So it just depends on the scenario and the situation. But it's also designed so you don't have to print it out, because a lot of the people who were needing these needed them so they could function on a phone or a laptop without printers. So yeah, they're designed without the concept of needing to be printed. Let's see, Maria. Bop it. Hey, at least somebody knows what I was talking about. Thanks, Maria. Makes me feel better. And we jumped. Is there any other gifts that's been well liked besides pork rinds and coins? Honestly, he likes just about anything. Really. I've given him wine before. He enjoys that. I've given him meat. He enjoys that. I've shared beer with him. I've shared coffee with him. I've charged crystal quartz just with energy. Done that. Yeah. He's not overly particular. Those are just some of his favorites. So hope that helps you a little bit there. Let's see. Red Cap. My mother just passed. It seemed quite sudden ever since I've been seeing a veiled woman all in black. Not her. What could this be? Angel, an omen, a goddess. It can be a lot of things. There's a lot of entities, and actually angels would fit this description too, that actually are very well known for watching over family, for comfort, and perhaps even the individual who passed has asked them to watch over them, to look after them and comfort them as they deal with the transition. Um, it's a very broad category, so it'd be really hard for me to narrow it down. And yeah, I don't want to try and narrow it down and say it's absolutely this thing. I know a lot of people who do that. I hate that because there's too little information and too broad of a category to narrow it down. I would say definitely it's going to lean into that comforting or watch over thing, not an omen, nothing to be worried about. Hope that helps you a little bit, mate. By the way, my condolences. I know it's never easy. I've lost a lot of people, a lot of family members. My dad passed, all my grandparents. So my condolences to you. Prayers out to you. Let's see. Maria, thank you. I was meant to see it. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Maria. That's sweet. I appreciate it very much. I'll ask her a question. A question about think, feel, manifest it. How does this differ from stuff like the new thought movement, aka Neville Godred, and the law of attraction? Okay, so in a lot of ways, Oscar, I could probably say it may not differ too much. One of the big differences, though, is they don't explain it. And when it comes to like the books on this law of attraction stuff, one of the big beefs I have is they don't explain it fully. Like if you look at the 28 laws of magic, which we have a video on here, I want to say it's law 10 and 11. Don't quote me on that, but it's in that vicinity. You will see the law of positive attraction and the law of negative attraction. These are very important laws because these are two ways in which energy functions that actually makes up the concept of the law of attraction, to know both sides of it. Because if you constantly surround yourself with one specific energy, you're going to draw more of that energy to you. That's the law of positive attraction. However, if you yourself with one particular type of energy, and that's the bulk of the energy around you, you're also going to attract a portion of the opposite energy. The universe must always maintain a balance of some sort. This is vitally important to these concepts, because I can't count the number of times I've seen people, they're like, I'm going to stay positive, I'm going to do things better. They will be staying positive and they'll do it for like a freaking month. And they're on track day after day, perfect day, perfect day, perfect day, perfect day, perfect day, perfect day. And I mean, everyone outside's looking at them like, look at them go. I wish I could do that. And then on day 29, they stub their toe, fall down, hit their head, and they're cussing and screaming. This law of attraction shit don't work. Screw this. I'm done with it. And they quit. They just quit because they stubbed their toe. They fell down. They had that one bad thing. They completely throw out all 28 days before. Just toss it. And therein lies some of the problem. Now, there's also two things to this. There's another aspect. There's that side of it. Yes, your thought processes do somewhat build the energy around you. True. The difference between that and magic, though, is this just builds a general magnetic spectrum that can draw anything. Not really controlled, not really focused. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, if you're just drawing good crap to you, good crap is good crap, right? But if you're trying to reach a very, very specific goal and it's unfocused, undirected, randomness ain't going to help, is it? So it's like if I'm thinking I want to play a specific video game and I say, give me a video game for Christmas, I could get 100 video games and never get the video game I want. Not really helpful. So magic helps you direct and control that very laser focus kind of style, where the generality of law of attraction, though it functions within magic, it still has to function within those 28 laws of magic. And if you don't understand it fully, you're setting yourself up for heartbreak. Um, and that's one of the things I don't like with the way law of attraction is presented is they want to polish it up and shine it up like everything's perfect, everything's kumbaya, nothing but sunshine, rainbows, and roses. And as long as you think positively, you'll never have a bad day. And a lot of people find out the hard way that's not the case. And then if they contact the authors, unfortunately, I'm not going to say this particular author that you mentioned because I can't say that particularly, but many of these authors have actually told the individual, you screwed up. You were being too negative. That's why that happened. So they lay the blame at that person's feet, not we didn't give you the full information. So that would be one way. Oh, crap. We jumped. Let's see. The experience you just described with security at the airport, do you think being guided by someone or something? GK, I'm not entirely sure 100% on that. Back then, I never thought to ask. And honestly, as my path went forward, I didn't think to ask. I suspect maybe it was an entity or a dragon. I don't think a human had any hand in it. As to the exact what's and what's, I couldn't answer. I couldn't. At that point in time, there were a few entities trying to get my attention that I'm aware of. One of them being Odin. Would Odin have done that? Odin's a tricky little bugger. I could see him doing that. Did he do it? Don't know. Never asked. Never thought to. And every time I think about it that I should, I always forget because, yeah, I'm forgetful. And it's weird because I have so many things that I need to do and want to do that stuff like that that's just kind of neat falls to the wayside, unfortunately. One of these days, I'll get it. One of these days, I'll get it. GG, isn't law of attraction? Yeah, as I said, it's like 2 sections of the 28 laws, so it's very watered down, but technically, yes. How do you work through doing videos about your practice and living your practice at the same time? I'm not sure I understand the question, AT. Honestly, I get up here on the YouTube. I have a topic that I feel needs to be shared or you all wanted me to discuss. And I tell the truth as best I know and how I heard it and how I seen it. And I'm always happy to rewind and re-explain something if need be. Like I'm actually looking at doing a revisit on the Dragon's Eye seal to better explain it at some point. And I don't really do a script. I do bullet points because I told you I'm forgetful. So I'll do like bullet points. It's like, make sure you talk about that, dummy. Otherwise, I just turn the camera on and start talking. I can't do a script. I tried scripts. Scripts don't really work for me. Sorry, I'm not used to having loose sleeves like this. So yeah, it's not a balance or anything. I just get up here and tell the truth as best I can. And I have a willingness to be wrong and correct myself. And I live my practice every day. Neighbors, everyone around me knows what I do. I'm just authentically Drake. For better or worse, whatever you may think of me, I'm authentic. That's how I do it. I don't know that there's a secret to it. Let's see. Oh, crap, we jumped again. Question. How did I find magic and learn? Honestly, I was having a bit of a religious crisis, and I just set out on a theological journey of understanding for myself and began studying multiple things, found magic in several of them. It piqued my interest. And when I realized organized religion as a whole wasn't my particular cup of tea, that still held interest for me because I've always loved science and I saw something of a science there, a similarity that really drew me. But at the same time, part of it was this is something that, unlike a religious text, I could actually put this through a meat grinder, test it, prove it wrong, throw it away, and be done with it and move upon my atheist journey and just screw all this theological. And in my pursuit to basically disprove it, prove it wrong, and say it's bollocks, I ended up finding one of the most interesting, entertaining, and effective methods of altering and bettering my life I'd ever come across. So, yeah, that's how I literally, when I gave up on religion, I essentially set out to disprove the concept of magic and ended up finding, though I didn't find anything substantial personally for me within religion and spirituality, inside magic, I could not say the same. And you'll notice when I say that of religion and spirituality, I always say me. And that's because there are people who benefit from religion. There are people who benefit from spirituality. I understand that. I admire that. So it's always, I look at me. But that's how I done it. I actually set out to disprove it. Let's see. Yeah, we got 22 people in here, 14 likes. People, give me the finger. Come on. YouTube likes those likes. Get that up there a little bit. Help out the channel. I just started my journey on working with dragons because of you, and I kept having dreams about them and you. If there is there a connection? I don't know. I mean, dragons are cool dreams. I would think I'm a nightmare, so apologize for the nightmares of me. Perhaps, maybe I lucked out, and somehow your dream was me imparting some kind of wisdom. Maybe, I don't know. Or giving you a coffee recipe. Who knows? But I don't know if there's a connection. I've had a lot of people tell me this, that they see the videos or they start hearing about dragon magic, and they start dreaming about dragons, and they start dreaming about a southerner in a hat and coat, and then they go to YouTube, and then they find my crazy hiney, and they're just like, "That's the guy. That's the guy." I don't know. The best I can say is I'm not putting myself out there for dreams. If the dragons are advertising in dreams for me, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Try not to scare anybody by using this face. I know it's the moneymaker, but it's also, I don't know that it'd be a dream. It might be a nightmare. We'll see. I know different people, different things, but hey, that's really about I don't know, AT. Best I can say is I'm glad you're finding what you need. And hopefully, if you turn a corner in your dream and I'm standing there, hope it's a positive, not a negative. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yep, that's why research and ramblings of a mage is my favorite playlist on the channel. Yeah, Magical Coffee Hour kind of took over. We both do the coffee hour and we research and ramble. We just get on here and, I have been asked if we would start doing a secondary live stream again, and I honestly don't know. We are looking at doing more and more workshops, so we're trying to grow everything. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I've been working more with Divine Masculine. Don't want to share specifics, but honestly, I've had a lot of shadow work and feel. Hey, that's pretty cool, Angela. As we mentioned here, was it last week, week before? I'm actually considering doing a series on masculinity for the guys, and I honestly encourage the ladies to watch it too, because not only will it give guys an understanding of the divine masculine and some of the understanding some of the crazy that is us, because guys, as well as I do, sometimes we just get in our crazy and we don't even understand what we're doing and we feel lost. So it's to help that. But ladies, it can also help you to understand the divine masculine. And if you have a man in your life that you're wanting to put up with, it might help you understand him a little bit too. To that, however, Jade is going to flip and do the opposite and try to do a divine feminine series. And guys, just like I encourage the ladies to watch the Divine Masculine series, I would encourage you to get over there. Try to understand the ladies and the Divine Feminine as well. And the reason Jay is going to present it is, by and large, A, I think there's certain wisdoms and precepts that are better understood and developed from being that. And I'll be honest, I'm also afraid YouTube will be like, "You're a guy, you ain't got no right to talk about that." So, well, not YouTube, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So we're trying to be as respectful as we can as we present it to avoid that. So that's actually great to hear, Angela. Good luck on that. Shadow work and working with those things is very important. And understanding both sides is very important. Proud of you for doing that. A lot of people won't take that initiative. Dragon. Well, let's see. You're not a nightmare. I think maybe the connection is my subconscious associating with the knowledge you taught me. Could be, AT. Could be. I'm just happy to be able to help. Messaging you. Let's see. Angel, I'd be messaging you right away if I had a dream about you, Drake. I'm sure it'd make me laugh so hard. Angela, you better. You better. Seriously, if I do something in a dream, it's stupid, makes you all laugh. First off, A, win, because I was able to get a laugh out of you and bring some joy to your life. And B, please let me know what I did, because I like to laugh at me too. I have to work more with the divine feminine energies. Okay. I see. I don't have too much issues with divine feminine, honestly, because I was taking a catalog of all the entities I work with, and I'll be honest with you, most of them are female. They really are. So that really helps balance me out, though. But it also makes sense because I was raised by my two sisters and my mom more than anyone else. So for like the bulk of my growing up and upbringing, I was just right there around the ladies. So had a dream that I was a dragon. Laugh though. It's pretty fun. Hey, those dreams can be a lot of fun. They really can. And actually, when you're in the astral playing around, you can actually shapeshift and fly around and have some fun. Can I explain what a demon lord is and how you become one? Demon lord is a title given to mankind by certain entities that we so choose. And the term demon is applied to entities that we so choose. Most demons, as we know them, are actually gods of other people who they, wanted to demonize. So they stuck them in the demon category. As to how you become one, since they don't have any specific hierarchy outside the Judeo-Christian hierarchies in which we have constructed for them, you would essentially have to reach a point of ascent, and ascent is an arguable philosophical concept. Many magicians debate on how to reach that point of ascent. I do believe I did a video on it, so search ascent in the video list. That should pop up where I go into detail on the subject. And from there, you would continue your training and continue your knowledge growth. So that would be the short and long of it. Let's see. Also, the dragons seem to love the Norse gods. And they really, really do, which always fascinated me because in the Eddas, you don't really see dragons overly presented positively. And even when they are presented within primal forces of nature, they fall neutral at best. Let's be honest. They fall neutral at best, and they serve they seem to always serve a purpose within that cycle of Ragnarok and rebirth. Most people think Ragnarok's the end of the world and all this. It's actually the beginning of a new rebirth cycle. With the exception of Fafnir. Fafnir is portrayed as a very aggressive, attacking, greedy dragon. And the reason is, if you read the Eddas, Fafnir is not a dragon. He is a dwarf who had a ring to shapeshift, and he chose the shape of a dragon to guard his hoard in which he was greedily protecting. So, not a true dragon, which that I think is a very important thing to show. But yeah, due to their concept of balance and self-empowerment, self-sufficiency, community, they really share a lot of the mentalities that you would see within the Norse culture, and they really get along great. They really do. It's surprising because I actually did. I kind of like, woohoo, maybe I should not mix these two. And then Odin's the one that showed me the light, I guess you could say. On that, and yeah, Hell's absolutely wonderful. Dragons absolutely adore her. Ascension is scary. Ascension can be scary. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of, self-focus, so it can be. I got a complicated question. Someone made our Tulpa into the becoming a real being, but we want him. We want him out to his body. If can, this is we. If you're asking if you can take a thought form and or tulpa into creation of full being, soul, consciousness, and give it a physical body, to the best of my knowledge, all research, everything I've seen, and even called certain practitioners out on to prove, offering them 10 grand if they could prove it. So far, everyone's fall short, a lot short. And I would be under the impression at this point in my research that no, it's not possible to give them a physical body. What would be the reason for someone to open it? Different things. So you might open a portal to an elemental plane in order to channel energy from that plane into the physical world for a ritual. You might open a portal to help an entity cross over from this realm to that realm. By and large, most what people call portals aren't even portals. They're just an energy vortex of some kind that has taken root because people haven't been maintaining the energy there, or just a large surge of energy has occurred there and a natural vortex created, and people want to call a vortex a portal. 9 times out of 10, it's not a portal, it's a vortex. And the energy just needs balanced out and leveled. But those are really about it. That is, because you don't even need a portal for full evocation. Gigi, do you think you've reached ascent, Greg? That's actually a question that I've been hit with, and I don't know. I'll be honest with you. My rule of thumb here, guys, is I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I still need work because I still see problems and flaws in me. Now, I know a lot of magicians who have told me, Drake, you've got your crap together. If they were going to vote for someone for ascent, they think it'd be me. I don't know personally. So my mentality is this. I will remain humble. I will remain steadfast in continuing to improve myself every day. I will work to be a better Drake every day I wake up. Try to do better than I did yesterday. If I make a mistake, I'm going to learn from it. If I mess up, I'm going to admit it. Those kinds of things. That's going to be my roadmap. And at no point will I call myself a master. No point will I say I've learned it all. At no point will I say I've seen it all. At no point will I say I've done it all. And at no point will I call myself a god. No, at no point will I assume the rights to ascension. Because really, at the end of the day, none of those matter. If I follow my roadmap and I'm doing what I can do to be a better person every day, then great. I'm going to continue that growth. If at the point of my twilight, when it is time for me to go into the great by and by, if by some miracle I have reached that point of ascension and they decide, Drake, you're off the rock, go in there, have some fun, continue your studies on the other side. You're out of the reincarnation process. It is at that point I'll say, guys, I did it. Don't know how I did it, but I did it. And I know that seems a little. Some people's like, well, that's a very down way to look at it. To me, it's not. To me, the journey is what's important. There's a reason I love road trips over, like when my family wanted to go somewhere and then they got this schedule. I hate schedules because then I got to be someplace at a time. It's always get up and go, get up and do this and this and this, and then fight traffic. Screw that crap. If I'm going on a vacation, I'm going to enjoy my vacation. I'm going to enjoy the trip there. I'm going to enjoy the sights, the scenery, the people. I'm going to enjoy the experience of it all. I'm not going to be in a rush to get there. I'm not going to be in a rush to keep the schedule. I'm not going to be in a rush to come home. You know what I mean? And for me, ascent is the same thing. I'm going to enjoy the journey. And hey, Caleb, mugs up to you. Thank you for signing up. The first jump, by the way, check out the satellite view of coast of Argentina for a cool seabed shape. Cool. I can try and go up and find that, Caleb. Let's see. Maybe. Caleb. In considering. It's been a while since I've read those, Caleb. I have to reread them. It's been a really long time. Angela, I used to have an old, huge mythology book with a faded cover, old pictures, old drawing, and art. One was of Nordic goddess with a dragon nestled up to her. Yep. Have been one with the dragon laying its head on. I believe you are correct. I believe Hell is, because she actually has one of the more positive relationships working with dragons. Can energy be destroyed, Maria? So this is one of those little philosophical, spiritual things where science and magic don't necessarily agree, because within science, we know energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is transferred and altered. However, within the spiritual realms, there is actually a consensus that energy can be destroyed. However, if an amount of energy X is destroyed, the exact same amount of energy X must be created at the exact same time. In fact, if you look into and study Chaos Dragons, this is their whole shtick, is destruction and creation. And there is energy that becomes so old, stagnant, and non-moving that they just eliminate it. And then they utilize it. They create all new energy. Now, I know a lot of magicians who are also scientists, and they debate whether energy was actually created or destroyed or just altered through the same thing. And again, that's why I called it a philosophical debate, because if you talk to the dragons, they're going to say it one way, and then the humans will try and paraphrase it, switch it up, and kind of lock it into the physics box. And I'm more inclined to trust the dragons because they tend to have a bit more knowledge and understanding of how the multiverse works as opposed to us. Our physics and everything deals with the material plane. Outside the material plane, let's be honest, science doesn't have a foothold. So that would be why I say it that way, but do point out it is a philosophical view, if that makes sense. So hope that helps, Maria. Like I said, we got 2 new moderators in the gilded community. Well, actually, Maria, you're one of them. Me and Oscar, I just got to talking to him, and the amount of science, physics, rabbit holes he has sent me down with his questions is absolutely amazing. Because y'all know when it comes to science and magic, I love those discussions. But I mean, we do have to understand that there is a difference between magic and science to some extent. That's one of the reasons I hate the concept of these quantum mystics. They misuse the word quantum in practically every concept. And when we say energy in magic, it does not relate or correlate to the definition of energy in science. So to say energy in magic is scientifically proven is an inaccurate statement. To say quantum physics proves alternate dimensions outside the physical realm is a false statement. And just because you use a word doesn't mean you use it correctly, and you probably don't understand its base definitions. So I'm kind of a big proponent on that. See, the title was worn off. Let's see. All right, let's see. We are at 7:46. We are doing well. Questions are slowing down a little bit. Let's see if I missed any. If I can, argue that Fafnir is an actual dragon. Overall energy around it didn't. I don't know. Easy, but Fafnir seems around to me. I mean, you can argue it. I mean, even the dragons don't refer to Fafnir as a real dragon. In fact, the ruler of fire was actually insulted to be referred to that by Conway. So that'd be my big thing. Let's see. And we got a few things popping up. 24 watching and 17. Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow night here. Slow night. That's okay. Also, hello. Good to see you, Halloween. Why do I have a feeling you're just waking up? Let's see. I've been up for 40 minutes, but I had yeah, that's just got up. 40 minutes is just got up, share. Is it possible to communicate with animals? Yes, and to different levels and extents. Like, I'm not the best animal communicator. Animals adore me for some reason, and for the most part, like dogs, I'm really good with. Cats takes a little extra focus. And I did do a few animal communication experiments with my wife's cats because they were stubborn as crap. And got some great results. And then you do have individuals who are really great animal communicators. And these people find great work in veterinary training programs and whatnot, even animal rescue programs. But it is possible. Again, it's one of those where it's not one of my stronger areas. Of course, I've also not put a whole lot into developing it. When I did research it, I had a very specific reason for researching it and questions to answer. And maybe I just ain't got the patience. I don't know. Although I will say I tend to like animals better than people. So it does surprise me I haven't put more into it. But it is one of those. But I mean, when it came to cats, I found them easy to communicate with. I just had to focus. I was doing really good with her cats and everything, getting along with them, and beginning to get them to listen. I mean, cats will be contrary, but that is pretty easy. I did find dogs, horses to be two of the easier ones for me. So I was actually surprised horses were easy, which is a little weird. at least for me. I wouldn't say cats are very deep creatures. Well, pain in the butt, so I don't know about deep. Someone said that he can talk to gods, and apparently they said humans aren't supposed to have magic and want to ban it. Also said magic ain't science and they can do stuff for nothing. They lie. The best I can tell you, Maria, is that by and large, everything I've seen would point to the exact opposite of that. In fact, it was many entities and deities that actually taught humans magic. Two perfect examples I work very, very, very intimately close with would be the goddess Freya and the god Odin. Both are two of the primary magicians and masters of magic, different styles of magic. Both taught each other their own and then shared and taught those arts to humans, which completely blows that out of the water. You have similar deities in Egypt. You have similar deities in Greek mythology. You have similar deities in Native American mythology. Giving the knowledge. So, yeah, I'm going to say that that's probably his ego speaking over anything else. Or I don't like to get into religion here for the most part, y'all know that, but it could also be his religion. There's a few religions that are anti-magic, and they usually preach something similar to that. So it's more a taint on their religion as opposed to an actual. Hi, how's the Fae path working going? Advice on charging crystals and other items. Do magic successfully, but want to create magic items. So creating magic items is very similar to charging. It just takes a bit more energy and time. The Fae path work is going pretty good. As many of you know, we're getting ready to do a move, and that's actually put a delay on the evocation course. It's filming, so I want after the move, once that's all. Can't hear you. What happened? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Somebody say, can you hear me? Can you hear me? It works for me now. Okay. So I do have to finish the evocation course, but I won't be able to finish that till after the move. And then either the Norse or the Fae one will probably be next. It's going to depend on how the Fae path working notes and me personally, individually walking through it and finishing it and testing everything is done by that point. But it is coming along really, really great. And by the way, thank you for the super chat. We've had some storm stuff cast off from Hurricane Nicole, so that might be interfering with us. I do apologize for that. You're good. Hit the refresh button. Cutting out sometimes. Well, that's the downside with the live and stream and the YouTube, and I can't always control the bandwidth on it. Well, I mean, I got the best internet I can get in my area, and I do everything I can on my end, and then, you know, weather, storms, and, well, YouTube in general. All those little things can play a part in it, unfortunately. All right, everyone, we are going to have to get ready to wrap up here. So, hopefully you all have a great week. Let's see. Can I by chance see what video we got coming out? Gratitude. Okay, we have a video that I think is going to be important. It's a video that I've been getting a lot of questions about. It's a little bit on gratitude and thankfulness, which, considering Turkey Day is coming up, I think that's appropriate. Hopefully you all enjoy that. And again, I should remind you, if you are interested in magic through arts and crafts, be sure to sign up for the workshop over at workingdragonmystic.com. It will be a live workshop. It will be on a set time and date. It will have a recording that in case you missed the workshop live, you could still rewatch it for a short period. It's not lifetime access to the recording. Also, if you haven't gone over there and checked out the courses we do have, consider checking them out. We got tarot class, we got meditation, We do have a Dragon Magic 101 and 102 course currently. If you're working on developing your arcane senses, there's a free arcane sight course. The exercises can easily be translated to the other senses as well. And that one's absolutely free. And all the courses, because I'm stubborn and I refuse to charge $300-$400 for courses like so many others, are extremely affordable. So do consider checking that out if you have not already. And we do have both a Patreon and a YouTube member. Some of the people over here have these special lit names with icons beside them. Different tiers of membership come with different perks. For your supporting the channel, if you want to support the channel and work, we got it. We understand times are tough, but do the like button. Just subscribing and hitting like can help support us greatly. And we appreciate that and everything you all do for us here. And of course, as always, we love to hear from you during these live streams. That's one of the best parts about it, is the chance to really get to connect with you all and talk with you all and attempt to answer your questions to the best of my ability. Because you guys really do make this worth it. And if you haven't, jump over to the Gilded community, say hi to us. If you're interested in the 6-month challenge that we will be having starting with the new year, definitely go over to the Gilded community, because the bulk of the forums and communications that we do for that challenge will be over at Gilded. So you're going to need to make sure you're in that Gilded thing to get the most of that challenge. We will, of course, still be discussing it, whatnot, in live streams, and maybe utilize shorts to talk about it a little bit. We'll see. We're still trying to figure out what to do more and more of shorts. So many people love the shorts, and I get so many great comments on the shorts we've done, which, by the way, thank you, because I'm still trying to learn them. You guys are great. Appreciate your understanding. But yeah, that will be that. And until next week, everyone, you have a fantastic week. Stay safe. Keep making your progress day after day. Keep doing your research. Remember, every step forward is still a step forward. It can take time. Keep up the good work. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye.